Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my garden. Today we are going to be taking out some of the dead leaves off of my squash and my pumpkin plant, and we're going to be going over my tomato plants and actually ripping them up and seeing if the soil is viable for another planting season. So forgive me, the sky is cloudy, but the sun is still shining through, so it is very hard to keep my eyes open. I'm pretty much just squinting really hard right now, so forgive me for that, but I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so first things first, I thought I would give you a tour of what the garden looks like. To be honest, this past week I have not done anything in this garden. I have been just so tired with work. I wanted to show you how much the pumpkin has grown since my last video. And my last video was filmed a while back, but you can really see the growth now. I even have a little pumpkin. This is the flower that has fallen off of the pumpkin. It's really gross, gotta get that taken out of here. But here is the pumpkin. It's about the size of a golf ball currently. I have a couple tips for this that I had learned recently from a master gardener who came into my job and was talking to me. She told me to put some pantyhose over the pumpkin and secure it with like one of those twist ties that you can get on your loaf of bread from the supermarket. So I'm definitely going to be doing that to make sure that this pumpkin grows. There have been a bunch of squash bugs that I have seen. So I just saw one over here. So if you can see right there is a squash bug. So I'm going to be, oh, there's a bunch of them just right there. So I'm going to be spraying and picking off some squash bugs this afternoon. Now, this is my tomato plant. The last time you guys would have seen this is in my last video where I was so thrilled that I had some tomatoes growing. Now, I do have two on the vine here. I just don't think these will taste good, to be honest, so I'm not even going to cut them open or do anything with them. These are supposed to be beefsteak tomatoes, and actually let me get in close to show you. It's not even the size of my palm, and this is about as big as it's gonna get. I don't think this is gonna grow anymore. So that's one of the reasons I don't think it's going to taste right, and it just doesn't seem like a good idea to try and eat that. The rest of the plant on this side doesn't really look too bad. You can see it is very tall, but I think it's past its season. I planted this in March, so it's past the season. It only produced 3 tomatoes, one of which died on the vine because I was expecting it to grow a little bit farther, expecting it to grow a little more, and it didn't, and then it just kind of rotted while it was still on the vine. So that is the story of my tomato plant. I think for the first time, it's not bad.
Drive the same roads every day. We both get there our own way. Thistle and an apple tree, how different two souls can be. But we both grow from the same sorrow. If we both know we'll be together tomorrow, I can be like a tree in the wind. Same old roots, but I can bend, turning to understand and sway together.
Okay, so I found this cool looking spider, and I'm a little worried because beautiful butterfly. I'm a little worried because I'm absolutely scared to death of spiders. But basically what I'm trying to say is I don't know if it's poisonous or not, and I'm like really scared it's gonna like jump and bite me, which I know is irrational, but let me show you.
It just cuts us deeper through the longer I'm away from you. Yeah, we fight good, we make love better if we both know we'll be together forever. I can be like the tree in the wind, same old roots, but I can bend, learning to understand and sway together. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Yeah, we fight good, we make love better if we both know we'll be together forever. We can be like the trees in the wind, same old roots, but we can bend, learning to understand and sway together. We can be like the trees in the wind, same old roots, but we can bend, learning to understand and sway together.
I wanted to tell you guys a quick story before the rain starts and I have to go inside and cut my afternoon short out here. But what happened was, earlier this week I had met someone at my job who happens to be a master gardener in Florida. And specifically, she lives in like the same area I do, because if you're not familiar, Florida has multiple different zones in it. So you could talk to somebody from Miami and they will tell you to do planting or gardening one way, and it would be completely different than somebody from Central Florida or North Florida. So anyway, she obviously lives near me and we live in the same zone, and she was explaining to me certain things that I have been doing wrong in my garden and how I can fix it. And obviously the first one is what I've been doing today, which is taking out the tomato plants. And she was the one who explained to me that the reason why my tomato plant wasn't producing, and also why what it was producing was so small, is because of the heat and how it was just far too hot for the tomato to produce anything viable or anything that really tasted good. So that's why I took the tomato plant out, and as you can see, there is no more tomato plant behind me. I do have these little stems going on here, but I'm going to be taking those out tomorrow. The storm is definitely coming in. Hopefully it just passes right on by me, but it's starting to get windy, so I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me. There is the storm coming in. It is surrounding me on that side now, so I am going to pretty much stop here. So the storm appears to have rolled over us pretty quickly. It drizzled a little bit and it got really dark, but the sun is back out and it looks like it's somewhere over there now. So I am out here with Hudson now, and I am going to attempt to take out the tomato plants. What I'm doing specifically is looking at the roots. I was told by the woman, the master gardener who I had met earlier this week, that if there are little bumps all over the roots, then I have a mite or some type of insect like that that would make the soil unviable for producing anything else. Essentially, if I have any type of mites or bumps on the roots of the tomato plant, then I have to take all of the soil out, put it somewhere else, and then put new soil in, because I have mites, and anything that I try to grow in that soil with the mites would be unviable and will not produce anything that we would want, or it wouldn't even produce anything at all. So that is what oh, I hear thunder behind me, so I'm very happy that that storm definitely went right by us.
Appalachian sunrise, meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
All right, my friends, it is the next day. It is very, very hot today. I am wearing sunscreen and sun protectant, and I have my little hat on. I thought I'd give a little bit of a game plan as to what I want to do, and we'll see if I'm able to accomplish it. But pretty much right now what I want to do is work on the area in my garden where I can put some possibly carrots, as well as plant some nice leafy greens. I tried having some leafy greens out here. I had some spinach in March, and it actually was doing pretty well between March to May, and then once it started getting super killer hot, it burned up. So right now we're getting into more of the cooler weather, and I believe next week, let me just check real fast the temperature. I'm looking at the temperatures for next week, and it's not going to go over 90 degrees. So that gives me, you know, hope that it's gonna start getting a little cooler. I can definitely tell it's cooler off the rip. Last month it was like 100 degrees at this time, especially in midday, and right now it is only 89. So this is definitely the time to start putting some leafy greens in. I have my table out today, and I have a bunch of seeds, and I want to go through the seeds with you, show you what I have, what I've tried to use and what didn't work well, and then yeah, get to planting some seeds. So I'm excited. This is what I have going on right now. I have a whole bag of seeds. This is a multi-tool. Love this thing. You can literally use this for everything, anything and everything. I have my little tool set. I have these heirloom herbs. I tried planting these and I didn't really have much luck with it. I think the only thing that did well was my cilantro. Everything else just didn't even grow, like, at all. So we'll see about that, if I can plant some more. In this bad boy, I have some more, you know, bits and bobs. These are nice little name tags. I found that with how bright the sun is, they bleach out. So like, I've written on with Sharpie on these, and you can see them in my garden currently. There's just like nothing was ever written there. So I don't know if it's just because of the sun and how hot it gets and how the sun just bleaches everything, but I'm gonna try using these again just because I have them, but I probably wouldn't get them again. Okay, so if my face is like really dark, I'm sorry, it's just from my head. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here is plant my carrots. I want to do them in this section. You can't really see, but this section, maybe halfway, just carrots. I'm worried because I don't really know what I'm doing, so we'll see if this is something that will work. But back of the packaging, sow in deep, well-worked, stone-free soil after danger of heavy frost. Sow seeds thinly in rows 12 inches apart, cover with fine soil, firm lightly and keep evenly moist. This says pretty much the same thing. Hardy biennial. I don't know what that means. That's something I'm going to Google. Hardy biennial, 5 to 7 inch roots, 8 to 10 inch tops. So we'll see what happens there. This heirloom variety produces carrots with tapered roots, broad shoulders, and strong tops that make great winter keepers. So this might, I don't know, we'll see. Check back in how many days? In 80 days to see if this works. But what I'm gonna do is till the soil. So I'm just going to move all of the soil that I have here around. I have like wood chips on top, like this, and that helps to keep the soil moist underneath. So that's what I've had on here while it's been sitting for the last couple of months. Probably wasn't the right thing to do, but it made sense to me at the time. I'm going to wet this down. I'm gonna move everything around, and then we'll plant these.
Walk up the river by my sun. Feet step over splinters of the moon. Golden, I follow only golden, 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 golden things. Gold birds, gold string, gold words, gold anything, golden. I follow only golden, 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 golden things, golden. I follow only golden. Golden, golden things.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder.
So these two rows, I put a bunch of the Kaleidoscope blend, and then this one is the Red Core blend. So we shall see. I think I put a lot of seeds in here because I just don't know if these seeds will actually produce anything, as well as if they do start to produce, I can always just thin and get the right amount of everything that I want. So that's where we're at now. So I wanted to tell you guys what I'm listening to while I'm out here, and it's actually Audible. I love Audible. It's literally the best. However, I learned that you can actually use your library to stream books, so I might actually change to doing that through my local library. But I'm currently listening to The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm on chapter like 16. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm on like chapter 16 right now. It is just so enticing. I listened to like the first maybe 5 minutes and I was hooked. And it originally was said what, like 17 hours, and I have 14 hours left. So yeah, I've been listening to it like half of yesterday and then most of today as well for like my free time. So this is more of like a fantasy book. If you like any type of fantasy, I would definitely listen to this. Definitely caught me like all out of like the first 5 minutes. I was hooked. So it's very similar to that one movie Adeline that came out a couple years ago. If you know what I'm talking about, it's with, what's her name? It stars Blake Lively. That's kind of that movie. That movie gives me serious Addie LaRue vibes. Definitely not the same thing, but very, very similar so far in what I can tell. Again, I'm only like 15 chapters in, and the chapters are really short, so it doesn't really say a lot. I'm still on part 1, but I'm very much getting those vibes. So I don't know if that was like intentional, if they were like basing their movie off of this book, but anywho, if you're interested in sci-fi, The Secret Life of Addie LaRue is a great book. Here is my rosemary plant. Still has a great aroma, smells amazing, but like it's just, she's not happy. There's like other stuff growing in here, like, ugh, what's that? Throw that away. Pick that up later. But yeah, I mean, I probably could have taken more care of her. I think when I started this, I didn't really know what I was doing. She had fallen over a bunch of times, and Hudson had knocked her over, and it's just been a struggle with this plant. So I think what I'm going to do is take her out, discard of it, and start something new in here. So that's what I'm gonna do now.
Sometimes hides behind the clouds. Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder. How come the trees gets undressed when it's cold? And don't they miss the leaves they left behind? Could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes.
Okay guys, so I've shown this in my last video, but I can't emphasize this enough. It is so important to check for worms or little caterpillars because they will destroy your garden. So I've gone ahead and I've looked at this one. Nothing here, but this is why it's important to turn it over and check every piece, because I did just find a little one in here. So right here, ooh, it's going away, and it's right on my hand. So here's a little caterpillar. Now it looks small, but it will wreak havoc on your plant. So I'm just gonna squish it off scene. I know that I had a comment saying that someone would have liked to see me squish it, but I can't show that on camera. I don't know why, I don't like it. But as you can see here, there is a female growing right here, and there's also another female growing in this little bunch on the end. So very happy to see that. I also have female here, and this is where it's really important to check for those worms, because they will eat that fruit up and then you won't have anything. So I'm going to go through every single leaf. If I find anything that is super interesting, I will let you know. All right, my friends, I had to go grab my camera because I found something that is horrifying for me. Let me try and locate that again. Hold on. Oh, where is it? Here we are, guys. All right, my friends. So if you have an infestation of stink bugs or stink bugs, and they are pretty much very, very similar to what are called squash bugs. So if you have an infestation of that, this is what you need to look for, okay? Because I have dealt with this infestation and it is horrible, and this is one of the reasons why I continuously, every week, sometimes twice a week, I will come out here and I will check every single leaf for this. These right here, let's get this to focus now. Okay, these are squash bug eggs. They lay their eggs in the like veins of the leaves, up against the vein in like triangle formations. To get rid of these, take your fingers and you just kind of get them off of there. I don't believe they survive if they're not on the leaf, so you just kind of get them off, and then they fall to the ground and they're not able to live anymore. That is extremely important to do, because the last thing you want is a bug infestation. Okay, I have found something else that is of interest here. So I came across this. It's very, as you can see, limpy. It's moldable. I can kind of move it however I want without any type of resistance. That's a huge red sign that something's going on. I went down here and you can see there is a hole and an opening with this kind of like green gunk. That is telltale sign that there is a worm in there. So I'm gonna try and do this while holding the camera. Probably won't be able to, so I'm just gonna put you down. So I had to rip this entire piece off because this is where the hole was, and I'm sliding it open, and you can see here right in there that there is a worm in there. Little caterpillar boy. He has taken this entire bit, and this actually had a female flower on it, so I've lost a potential pumpkin because of this bad boy. So I'm gonna go squash it off camera. So I've gone through the entire pumpkin patch. I've taken any bugs, any eggs, or anything like that off of the leaves. Hopefully all of the female flowers are going to be fine and not eaten, at least not now. I did find a bunch of female ones, which made me very happy, so fingers crossed everything turns out well for those. Everything has been gone over, everything is thriving, and yeah. Alrighty friends, so I think I am done here for today. If you have any tips or tricks for me, please let me know. Again, I am a beginner and most of the time I have no idea what I'm doing. So please let me know down below. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you feel moved to. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys.